187 days since the start of the regular season, and now we're down to 2 teams that have never made it to the grand final in their club's history. The New Zealand Breakers are the best offensive team in the competition, while the Cairns Taipans give up the fewest amount of points in the NBL. It'll all come down to this: the best defensive team in the land coming up against the best offensive team in the land. New Zealand versus Australia in Game 1 of the best-of-3 series. It's the NBL championship up for grabs. For the first time in NBL history, the grand final is coming from New Zealand, where the Breakers take on the Cairns Taipans in Game 1 of the best-of-3 series. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Carfino, along with 7-time MVP Andrew Gaze. And although the New Zealand Breakers are strong favorites in this series, the Cairns Taipans have come in playing their best basketball.
They certainly have. Last Sunday, Steve, we saw them do a spectacular job against the Townsville Crocodiles in a very hostile environment. And it's going to be every bit of that right here in Auckland. It's amazing walking through the streets to see all the shops painted with Go Breakers. So the entire city, and I dare say the country, right behind the New Zealand Breakers.
All right, we got the best of the best for this game, and of course, we got Will McCloy on the sidelines because he's the best. He's got Andre Lamanis, the head coach of the New Zealand Breakers.
Yes, I'm down here with Andre and Andre. You've probably heard this 100 times, but no New Zealand team's ever won an Australian comp in any sport. Now, you're 3-0 against Cairns in the regular season, but I'm sure that means nothing come the playoffs.
Yeah, obviously, regular season results don't mean anything now. It's 0-0, and we've given ourselves a good opportunity by gaining a home court advantage in this. And what else would you rather be doing than playing in a grand final series?
That's exactly right. Now, there's been a long build-up for this for you guys especially. A lot of emotion going in, especially with Paul Hanari's send-off, and he won't be playing, of course, next season. But you've got to control that emotion when it comes to actual game time, don't you?
Yeah, and I think, you know, it'll play itself out as most finals do in the first 5 minutes. Everyone, I think, will play through their nerves, and then the game will settle down, and we'll get after it and see a good basketball contest.
There's a couple of key matchups. There's, of course, Crosswhite, and he's up against Gary Wilkinson. But the big one is probably CJ versus Ian Barker. And CJ's had 3 NBL titles to his name already, so that's going to help you.
We've certainly got some experience, some winning experience, and that helps. You know, all through the week, those guys have been great at just keeping us focused and keeping us on track, and hopefully that can continue on through this series.
Well, you look pretty relaxed, mate. If I speak to you at the end, I hope you're just as relaxed as you are now.
Yeah, I hope I've got a smile on my face. We'll see, hey?
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Well, a team that is absolutely loaded with talent. That helps in coaching. Andre Lamanis and the starting lineup for the New Zealand Breakers. Andrew, take us through them.
It is, and it starts with Paul Hanare and CJ Bruton in the backcourt. Bruton coming in for Mika Vacona, who started throughout most of the season. Kirk Penny, the greatest player in the competition as we speak. He's going to be a handful for the Cairns Taipans. Gary Wilkinson has had some of his better games against the Cairns Taipans. And the human highlight film, Thomas Abercrombie, who can go upstairs with the absolute very best of them. He is going to be a real danger player and a key player for the Cairns Taipans.
New Zealand Breakers are a team with a lot of talent, but they've had a layoff, and sometimes you can come out a little bit flat. And Cairns had that great series with the Townsville Crocs, and they are playoff and finals ready.
Well, they are. The Cairns Taipans have been playing playoff basketball for 6 or 7 weeks now. The last few games in the regular season, their lives were on the line just to make it here, so they are very playoff hardened.
All right, Will McCloy, before the game, caught up with the head coach of the Cairns Taipans, Aaron Fern.
Well, Aaron, 7 weeks ago, you're almost out of it. You're almost out of the whole season. You had a win against the 36ers, turned it around. Does that do or die every week since then? Does that help you in a big game like this?
I think it does. It's feels like we've been playing playoff hoops for the last month and a half, and in must-win games, you know, the Wollongong game, and then we still had to win one of those 2 last regular season games against Perth and Townsville, and then obviously last weekend. So, it makes it fun, you know. It's been fun. Look, it's been a fun ride the last month and a half. There's no doubt about that. Cairns is loving it. It's full of juice up there, and we're ready to go tonight.
Of course, you came back from 1 down in the semi-finals. Lose at New Zealand. No one has done that in the 23 previous playoff encounters. That win at the Swamp after so many times losing there, does that give you confidence to come all the way over here and do it again? Oh,
no doubt. You know, we probably haven't won here in a long time either, so we probably do, you know. So that's what it feels like a little bit in Townsville. That's the way it was. And, oh, yeah, look, we're just excited, but we know we're going to have to play well to beat a very, very good team.
Now, last Sunday I said it's the biggest game ever for this franchise. Now we're going to say it again. Of course, the community's been behind you after saving you 2 years ago. You're looking to pay them back, of course, and you're one step closer now.
Yeah, we are. I mean, like I said, Cairns is on fire right now. It's you know, it's going to be definitely fun on Sunday, but we know we've got to get into it tonight, and you know, it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to do some things really, really well, but look, it is payback, and you know, to the community support, there's no doubt about that, and we really do appreciate it. But you know, we've got a free swing here tonight. You know, well, the ones that need to win, they don't want to be coming back to Cairns down 0-1. Everyone knows how tough it is in there, and so we're excited to go.
It'd be nice to wrap it up in Cairns, wouldn't it?
Oh, it'd be fantastic. The place would be on fire.
Thanks very much, mate. Good luck.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Aaron Fern looking a lot more relaxed since he was in the semifinals, and he's been playing on coaching on a whole lot of confidence. Ian Crosswhite's in the middle for him. We'll look forward to that matchup with him and Wilkinson, like Will McCloy said, and also Alex Loughton at the 4 spot, and he's not playing his best basketball, but he's showing signs of really turning the corner. Ron Dorsey, an excitement machine. Look for him to get going in the finals. But the backcourt was outstanding in the semi against the Townsville Crocs. Daniel Dillon had a career high, played some of his great basketball to get them over the line. Of course, Ayinde Ubaka running the point for them, and also good things happen when he's running the floor for them when he is running the point. Let's get a quick prediction from you, Andrew, and don't sit on the fence.
There's no fence sitting going on here, Steve. I'm going to go with the New Zealand Breakers. I think they've been good all season. Little hiccup in game 1 in the semi-finals, but I think they're back on track and going to be very hard to win in this venue.
All right, but Cairns are playing very well. Make sure you come back for the first quarter. We're here in New Zealand where the Breakers take on the Taipans. We'll be back. New Zealand as Cairns get first possession here in game 1, the grand final between two very good sides. Alex Loughton for the pull-up jump shot. Nat Short.
It is, Steve, and that is a good matchup for the Cairns Taipans. Thomas Abercrombie, very athletic, but Alex Loughton's got a big size advantage down low. Expect him to go, but there's the consequence down the other end, though, with Loughton, with Thomas Abercrombie putting the ball to the floor.
Ron Dorsey goes hard to the basket. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Very difficult to stay in front of him in the open court.
It is, as we take a look at Ron Dorsey, gets out there. Kirk Penny almost getting his feet down, but just a little change of direction by Ron Dorsey. And Steve, Ron Dorsey, he's had some good games against the Cairns Taipans as well. He's averaged almost 16 points, against the New Zealand Breakers, averaged almost 16 points a game. So look for him to play with a bit of confidence.
He'll have to play well as the bench for the Cairns Taipans, because New Zealand are loaded, but that is exactly where they got their firepower in game 3 against Townsville, was their bench. Abercrombie gets it to Kirk Penny, catch and shoot is nothing but net.
What a start for Kirk Penny. Coming off those screens, you've got to work so hard off the ball, because most of his stuff is coming off screens working without the ball. You need to lock and trail, because he can get that shot off quicker than anyone.
Sure can. Daniel Dillon, who is outstanding in game 3, gets the good drive, but doesn't get the roll. Here come New Zealand. Abercrombie bobbles it again. Goes baseline, spins to the middle. Tough ball away over Daniel Dillon's good.
Couldn't have asked for a better start if you're in the New Zealand Breakers and Andre Lamanis. Kirk Penny and Thomas Abercrombie in particular getting some good scoring opportunities. But there's another foul. They've called that on Abercrombie. Just a little too much physical work done trying to defend the pick.
Foul away from the ball. Andre Lamanis doesn't like it, but Cairns do a good job of keeping the floor spread. Crosswhite with a good drive again, misses the sitter. Cairns have missed a couple of opportunities on some good, strong drives to the basket. One was Dillon, another one Crosswhite.
You did right, Steve. Look at Crosswhite here, puts it to the floor, taking advantage of the slow lateral movement of Gary Wilkinson and getting to the basket. They're the sort of ones that you should be putting in. Definitely a makeable one. Crosswhite will go to the line where he is a solid free throw shooter. But you're spot on, Steve. Although the Cairns Taipans haven't been successful, a couple of those drives have certainly opened up in the paint and got some good scoring opportunities.
And he gets 2 to go to make it a 1-point game. Kirk Penny on a backdoor cut. It's cut off by Dorsey. To Dillon, back to Dorsey, but CJ gets in the way. Good ball movement by Cairns. Loughton has a smaller Abercrombie on his back. His jump hook's no good. Eventually finds Hanari. Wilkinson. The bump off the backboard's no good. New Zealand wanted a foul.
Both teams getting some good scoring opportunities, and in particular off the dribble, being able to get into the paint.
Dorsey catch and shoot outside the three-point line. He made that look easy.
He didn't hesitate, did he? Cairns need to be careful. They're playing a very up-tempo style of play and not really getting wasting a lot of time in the half court. That could be dangerous against the highest scoring team in the competition, the New Zealand Breakers. You get them into a running game, generally that's the way they want to play, and they would feel that they're most comfortable.
Crosswhite on the rip through, gets all the way to the basket, bumped late on his drive. That'll be number 2 on Gary Wilkinson.
Crosswhite did a good job of selling it, and clearly the instructions for Aaron Fern when Ian Crosswhite gets it and Gary Wilkinson's guarding him is put it to the floor. Look at this, check it out. Oh, that's very soft.
That was very soft. Unfortunate for him.
Just wasn't in quite the right position, and they've called it with just that little push from the right knee, but not a lot in it. Unlucky.
Crosswhite makes them both, but the beauty of New Zealand is they take Gary Wilkinson out and put in Mika Vakona.
Their leading rebounder on the season, averaging 7 a game. He's does most of his work around the glass.
Pass a little bit behind CJ, get it down to Mika Vakona. Good strong drive. Pump fake, loses the ball. Great hustle by both teams. CJ Bruton tries to sell it, and the shot clock expires. We'll be going the other way.
New Zealand fans not happy. They're thinking that perhaps there might have been some contact, but that was just good defense. Daniel Dillon just held his hands up, and the veteran CJ Bruton trying to draw a foul jumps into him. So good officiating on that time, letting him play and not getting conned by some of the antics of these veterans.
It's the same crew pretty much that was in Townsville to cover Game 3, except Scott Butler replaces Ray Hunt.
And look at that, Steve. The old regulation third option shuffle cut finds a wide open Inde Ubaka. That would just be very concerning. One pass, one cut, and an indefensible play.
Andrew, we were talking about this on the plane about New Zealand have all that time off compared to Cairns, who pretty much had to finish their series and come right here. Remember what happened the last time New Zealand had a big break? They played terrible on the defensive end against Perth in that Game 1 series.
And that was right here in this venue. And they've come out very, very strong, and it's costing him because already that's the 5th team foul to the New Zealand Breakers. So, and the Cairns Taipans yet to register a foul. As I say that, Ron Dorsey with a little reach in, picks up his first, and the Taipans first.
And we'll continue to marvel at the bench for New Zealand as Alex Pledger comes in for Abercrombie, and then Kevin Braswell comes in for Paul Hanari.
Kevin Braswell, 6:20 left on the game clock. Kevin Braswell, best 6-man in the competition. He really is a starter playing as a 6-man. Oh my.
2 seconds left on the shot clock. He had to get one up. Long rebound goes to Kirk Penny. Penny goes hard to the baseline. He's exploring. He finds Pledger. Mika Vukona wedges one in the side. And because Cairns got the opening tip, the alternating possession goes to New Zealand. Get another look.
This is just a great pass by Kirk Penny. Sees the double team, and then Alex Pledger's got to put that in around the basket, the big 7-footer. And because it gets lodged in the ring, Steve, it's a jump ball, and in the alternating possession, the New Zealand Breakers, they get the ball.
We're having some issues with our clock on the bottom of the screen, so I'll keep you updated. 5:42 to go here in the first. CJ Bruton with a step back. Wow.
That is tough to stop. When you're take that step forward and then that step back defensively, very, very difficult. And an outstanding shot by CJ Bruton. He's only averaged the 10 points against the Cairns Taipans this season.
Breakers displaying their firepower, but they're still down 3 here in the first. Ron Dorsey with a 3-ball, saved by Alex Loughton. Ubaka looking to explore. Kevin Braswell with hands in.
And that's where it's going to cost them. They're trying to play that up and in, pressure the ball defense, and that's going to send Ayinde Ubaka to the line. Take a look. Probably helped him with that, and then you see the reach in. It's another soft one, but that's there, particularly when your team's already got 5 or in the bonus. You know, any one of those, if you reach in on and you don't get it 100% clean, they're going to call. And the Cairns Taipans are outstanding from the free throw line. 9 of 9 now. So of their 12 points, 9 of them coming from the charity stripe.
Well, you can talk about a team concentrating, being ready to play, but Cairns have a lot of players on their team that are good foul shooters. And Ayinde Ubaka is one of them, shoots it at 84%.
Oh, that's uncanny.
Well, we get him to miss that one. And the lead is 4. 5 minutes to go here in the first. Daniel Dillon gets hands in. Will stay the same way. And quite a few beards going for New Zealand. I see Andre Lamanis is sporting one.
Well, it's a pact they made before the playoffs started. They said they weren't going to shave until they win the championship or they get eliminated. And some of the boys can pull it off, but gee whiz, some of their wives might be praying that the season comes, they win it in 2.
Pass deflected by Ayinde Ubaka. Good hands by Vukona. And that'll be Ubaka with his hands in, had an illegal armbar on him. Ubaka just a little bit careless around Mika Vukona. It's hard to be too hard on Ubaka because he does such a great job of dribbling while he's in traffic. Got a timeout on the floor as Cairns hold a 4-point lead. This timeout is brought to you by iiNet, the official sponsor of the NBL. Let's listen to Andre Lamanis.
As an offense, know what we're in. Okay, 2 downs, good play, that's fine. And again, be aware on handoffs that the big's being dragged by that. So for Chief, get hard on the rim, but we need the other big to pull out so that when they help on that, we've got somewhere else to go. All right, so you're hard on the rim, you've got your diving big, and then you've got the other big pulling out. So that Mick has got somewhere to go into, and they're switching out that last one.
This is Kirk Penny blazing away outside the three-point line, and then Ron Dorsey, the answering three on the other end of the floor. It's C.J. Bruton. Man, Andrew, he made that look easy and tough. You know, that was one shot that kind of came in fashion after I retired. Well, I tell you what, I never mastered it playing local comp.
No, it's a tough one. Anytime you're stepping away from the basket like that to get your legs under it, it's a lot of strength in your lower body and your legs. But our fellow co-commentator Shane Hill was the master of that one.
He made a career on
going to his left, and as predicted by Andre Lamanis, the Cairns Taipans take a little bit a zone, 2-3 zone.
Broswell with a three. That's never even close, as we were right behind it. It wasn't straight. Tough pass from Daniel Dillon. Ibaka saves it, so here come the Breakers with numbers. Bruton catch and shoot outside the three-point line. Mika Vukona on the offensive glass, and the putback.
Just outworking of Mika Vukona. That's his strength, getting to the offense and the defensive glass. One of the better rebounders in the NBL. 6'7", 6'6". He's a good athlete, but just reading it. You see the way he moved that to his left before the ball even hit the ring. He's just those rebounder instincts. But Steve, the New Zealand Breakers really blazing away. They've had 11 field goal attempts, 6 of them coming from the three-point line. So I know they're a very, very good three-point shooting team, and they've got a lot of weapons from out there, but they need to find that balance between the inside and outside.
Cairns just trying to hold off this attack. Your team really blazing away from the field. And a low-scoring contest here in the first will happen a lot in the grand final. Into Ibaka for three. Dusty Reichart pulls down the offensive rebound. Grabeau, he's been good coming off the bench for Cairns, and Crosswhite cleans it up.
He quietly goes about it, doesn't he? Ian Crosswhite, he had a fantastic series against the Townsville Crocodiles, and just hitting the glass, playing some good defense.
Just under 3.5 minutes here to go on the first. We'll be trying to get our clock down on the lower left-hand screen up and running as soon as we possibly can. We'll keep giving you verbal updates on the clock. C.J. Bruton for another three. That's off the mark. Dusty Reichart has the ball knocked away from him. Again, the active hands of Mika Vukona. Boucher finds Penny, who spins. Tough shot, comes up short. Boucher has his shot blocked by Dusty Reichart. It's done illegally.
Good work on the glass by the New Zealand Breakers. Again, just a little sloppy by the Cairns Taipans, who created the turnover. And there you see Kirk Penny stepping away. Might have been a little travel. Dylan Boucher, this is an adventure every time he goes to the free throw line. He never looks comfortable in there. I mean, I saw him in that game 3 with a big boom that he shouted out after he finally hit one, but 54%. He shoots it.
I got that one to go. (21 of 34), so he doesn't shoot a whole lot of free throws.
54% on his career, and he very calmly comes up and splashes a couple.
Knocks over Kevin Broswell. Will be going the other way.
And that's more the perceived pressure than the actual pressure. The New Zealand Breakers go to their extended defense, the 1-2-2 full court press, and although not a lot of great pressure on Ian Crosswhite, he tries that three-quarter length pass and it gets picked off.
New Zealand wondered why they weren't going to the line. There's loose ball foul. Broswell to Boucher. He gets it back. And into Ibaka trying to get over the top of that screen.
I think they both looked at the referee, didn't know which way it was going to go. That's called on Ibaka as he tries, as you mentioned, fight over the top of the screen. But Dylan Boucher That's really his strength. Take a look at it. Sets the pick. And there you see the foul just being grabbed.
Phil Jones having a word with Scott Butler. I get the feeling they were talking about that Dylan Boucher moves as he's setting a screen, rotates his body.
He does it well, though. Just shuffles
He does
the
it a
feet enough.
lot without getting called for it. And when he gets called for it, he just walks the other direction. Doesn't complain about it.
The reason why he might get away with a little more than others is he does it with his back. He doesn't do it facing the defense. He does it with his back as the scores are locked up 14 apiece.
2 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first. Crosswhite. Cans have had trouble scoring on the last few possessions. Dusty Reichard is trapped aggressively. Loose ball goes to Aaron Grabeau. Phil Jones is open just as the shot clock expires. Dusty Reichard does a good job of keeping it alive, but he's over the shoulder of one of the breakers.
Oh, to CJ, I think it was, down low. CJ getting in there, trying to help out on the defensive glass. That's just aggressive play by Mika Vicona, getting after it and putting pressure on the ball. And Phil Jones, he needs to knock those down, and there's the little hold by Dusty Reichard that he gets picked up for.
And he didn't need to. He didn't know that there was a teammate, Aaron Grabeau, closing in on the basketball once it was tipped to the open area.
And that's Dusty Reichard's second personal foul, so both teams facing some foul difficulties.
And CJ doesn't miss too many of those. A career 83% shooter, and this year shooting it at 89. And it's great to see guys improving on some already good career stats. Very good.
Extended pressure again by the New Zealand Breakers. 2-2-1 full court press.
Crosswhite puts it on the floor. They'll get it to Jones.
Travel. Little bunny hop before he put the ball to the floor down low. Crosswhite needs to be careful. Potential delay of game there. He was not happy with the call, but no doubt about that one.
Yeah. And a lot of guys do it just about every time they touch the ball down on the block. Broswell trying to find his way all the way to the hoop. Grabeau does a great job of tipping it to his teammate. Loudon to Grabeau. Loudon with a smaller Kirk Penny on his back. He misses the layup.
Wow.
Broswell.
Breakers-Taipans cannot find the ring. 2 of 13 now from the field, 15%. Fortunately for them, the New Zealand Breakers not a lot better. 4 of 15, 27%. So neither team really catching fire from the field, Steve. And looking at it, though, there's been some real missed opportunities on both ends, some good scoring opportunities, and just not being able to put the ball in the hole. So some solid defense, but perhaps just a little bit of those grand final jitters coming into it.
And how often do you see that? Guys playing hard, but just the feel of the game a little bit off. Excellent interior passing, and then another missed little sitter.
Wow.
So, good ball movement, good passing, intense play. Just, it's the little feel part of the games that go when your nerves are on a bit of a high.
That's right, and Alex Loudon now 0 of 4 with some good looks.
Tate. Shot clock down to 9. We're under a minute to go here in the first. Lindsey Tate with a good look, and he misses. I know it wasn't an easy layup, but it was
a makeable one.
A very makeable one.
And this is where you can't get discouraged just because the ball's not going in the hole. If you lose your confidence and you go away from those types of opportunities right there, you're only going to dig yourself a bigger hole. So, as the grand poobah of basketball used to say, the great Lindsay Gaze, a lot of the time, operation successful, patient dies. You're doing all the right things, just not putting the ball in the hole.
Check out the percentages as New Zealand. Well, that won't help as Pledger goes to the line. Pledger's not a great foul shooter at 62% on the season. Pretty consistent with his career at 63. Not a bad stroke for the big man. Gets the second one to go. New Zealand down 3. As Cairns slow it down. Jones launches it, tries to tie it up. That rattles out.
2 of 16, 13% from the field for the Breakers-Taipans.
Kirk Penny tries to rip it through, spins back to the baseline. Maybe got away with a little bit of a push-off. Hanari with a left-hand hook, not even close. Loughton to Jones.
15 seconds, hold it up for the last shot here, the Breakers-Taipans.
Tate to Loughton to Dorsey. Good D. Very good defense by New Zealand, especially Paul Hanari. So in a low-scoring first quarter here in Game 1 of the 2011 Grand Final between the Breakers and Cairns, it's 17-14 in favor of the Breakers. We'll be back. Very short, Abercrombie. With Lindsay Tate closing out.
That is a very good shot by Thomas Abercrombie. He has really blossomed as a player, making the most of his DNA and the tremendous athleticism he has, developing that perimeter shot, becoming very reliable.
New Zealand with the stifling D. Alex Loughton misses one as there's some contact as he shot the jump hook. Kirk Penny in transition in the open floor. Good no call. Alex Pledger pulls down the offensive rebound. Here go the Breakers on a run.
Real concerning signs now. We've had a 10-0 run to the New Zealand Breakers.
Will McCloy has been on the bench. What have you got for us?
Well, I could say Aaron Fern is actually quite composed considering New Zealand have just gone, as you say, on a 10-0 run. He said during the break that he was very happy with the transition. He thinks they're moving the ball up the court well. It's just they're getting a bit flustered when they get under the ring. If it's there, take it, he's saying. But if it's not there, of course, you've got to slow it down. What he's not happy with is offensive rebounds. They gave away 5 for 8 points in the first quarter. And looks like more of the same as they've gone down 10 points. So I'll keep you updated, boys.
Well, Thomas Abercrombie looked like a veteran that could feel that they needed another boost. He had a long step back, was able to drill it, and was fouled. So gets an opportunity to have a 4-point play. This timeout's brought to you by Hungry Jacks. It's the Flames that make the difference. And New Zealand are hot.
They are on fire. In particular, Thomas Abercrombie, step back, just the composure to still knock down the three-pointer after a little clip on the shoulder. Let's have a listen to Aaron Fern, see what he can come up with.
He's coming over off the on ball. Just trail through it. On the way on the shot. Just trail through it. Well, hard show. They roll out. Then we're in rotation. Some possession before that. Kirk drives baseline. I had 3 guys standing there. And Pledger just comes right behind and taps it back in. Come on, guys. We got to make balanced plays around the rim and slow down. All right? Hey, ball here. Weak side cutting action. Be patient.
Aaron Fern looking super frustrated. That's the 3 ball that goes down for Abercrombie. We'll get another look.
Just a little clip on the elbow, and he gets away with it. But Steve, I know Aaron Fern really concerned about the hustle play and getting on the glass, but when your team's shooting 2 of 19 and you've only got 2 guys who've actually made a field goal, Ian Crosswhite 1 of 3 and Ron Dorsey 1 of 3, your issues are more on the offensive end.
And he talked about defense for the most part of that timeout.
And I guess the thing about it, like we said, a lot of the times they're executing very, very well. Just not putting the ball in the hole, and Alex Loughton getting some 0 of 6, just wanting him to use that strength. And when he's around the basket.
Ron Dorsey, and that's a good-looking shot, too. They moved it through some hands. He's got a 17-footer in rhythm.
You know what? I know Ayinde Ubaka has got the 2 fouls, but I think they need him back in the game urgently now, because all good and well trying to save him for the second half and not get that second foul, but this game could be over by halftime. A 17-0 run by the New Zealand Breakers.
That's what happens when your team's 2 for 20 from the field. And you always wondered whether Cairns would be able to match New Zealand on the scoreboard as far as knocking down shots. And finally, Ian Crosswhite plugs up the leaky boat and gets a field goal. Only the 3rd for Cairns. Penny stops on a dime and drills it. Kirk Penny is on fire. He's got 8 already on a couple of threes, and that basket right there to take his tally to 8.
He becomes tougher to guard when he gets his confidence going. He's hit 2 in a row now. You know when he gets it, you know where it's going to go. And with that quick release, very, very hard to guard.
That play never looked good.
Ugly.
Phil Jones struggling to take Penny off the dribble. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. At 6:55 to go here in the second quarter as the Breakers fans get those noisy long balloons out.
Dusty Reichardt and Ayinde Ubaka back into the game. As is Daniel Dillon.
Ubaka with a long one. The shot clock expires. Another horrible offensive possession for Cairns. Wilkerson's back in the game. Wilkinson gets a little shot off the glass.
Becoming a walk in the park now for the New Zealand Breakers. Both on the offensive, defensive end in complete control. Rebounding foul. Alex Loughton trying to crash the glass. You like the effort, but just a little push in the back. Ron Dorsey with the long 3 ball. 3 of 23, 13% from the field, 1 of 8 from the 3-point line.
You know, when it was about a 13-0 run, the game was still not really out of reach. Not that it's out of reach now, but boy, they've got to really put some points on the board, because New Zealand will be getting somewhere around 90. As Gary Wilkinson shows you the punch of the scoring of the New Zealand Breakers. He was first team all NBL, as well as Kirk Penny, of course, who just missed out on being the most valuable player.
Steve, they're on this quarter alone, we're only 4 minutes into it. It's a 17-2 scoring difference between the 2 teams.
You know what? I know nothing's going right for Cairns, but I love Ron Dorsey's body language. You can never tell whether he's having a great game, a poor game. Just never seems to get frustrated and keeps playing hard. Daniel Dillon with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Another tough shot at the end of the shot clock. That doesn't go. Broswell maybe got away with a walk. Wow, what a block shot from Alex Loughton. Ubaka strong to the basket, and that's what Cairns need.
And you know, the Cairns Taipans don't want to get in a running game, but when your half-court offense is suffering like it is, sometimes to push the ball up and try and pick up a couple of cheapies just to get yourself back on track, you got to be prepared to take those opportunities when they present. Tempo control is so critical against the New Zealand Breakers because they're the #1 scoring team in the competition.
Well, Andrew, last couple of possessions, they get an easy transition basket from Ayinde Ubaka, and that time they get a low seal with Alex Loughton. That could make it a 14-point game. I mean, if they continue to keep hanging around as they did in the semifinal series with Townsville, this is the great block shot from Alex Loughton from the weak side. And then it's New Zealand with a 34-18 lead. We'll be back.
At any time, your smoker's cough can become smoker with lung cancer's cough. Every cigarette brings cancer closer. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Welcome back. It's game one of three-game series here in the grand final between the home team, the New Zealand Breakers, and the Cairns Taipans, who shocked Australia as, for one, getting to the playoffs, because there were some dark days there about 3/4 of the way through the regular season. They were losing to pretty much anybody.
Steve, I think the turning point came. Remember they were 15 down, 3/4 time against the Adelaide 36ers, 4 or 5 rounds remaining in the regular season, and their whole season was on the line. They came out and pulled out a miracle, and really that jump-started their season. You have a look at the points this quarter. The Breakers have got 17 already. We're only halfway through it. They had 17 in total for the first quarter. So highlighting the fact they're on fire.
No doubt about that. Cairns need a little bit of a mini run, get themselves back into this game. Dorsey, step back three. That's short. Dusty Reichardt pulls it in. Dusty Reichardt really gave Cairns a shot in the arm, scoring and energy-wise against the Crocs in the semifinal. Yinda Ibaka maybe traveled. Wilkinson with the board.
Full credit to the New Zealand Breakers. They're working hard on the defensive end. They would have been sitting back last Sunday and watching the game, getting their scouting report, and stifling defense and white-hot offense. And this time, Gary Wilkinson with a little fade push shot that drops.
He had a smaller Ron Dorsey on his back. Leaned in, went through that arm. Some of the fans.
Cairns Taipans, you see the foul. He tries to get away with keeping his hand straight up, but you can't grab the elbow, and he gets pinged on that. Cairns Taipans still only have 3 scorers in the game. Yinda Ibaka's got 5, Ron Dorsey's got 5, and Ian Crosswhite's got 8.
Loughton. Good strong rip through. He's fouled by Dylan Boucher. New Zealand has been up and in, and we question how effective that was going to be. Boucher catches one in the grill before he's called with a foul.
Nothing in that one, Steve.
Oh, that's why they didn't call it. Dusty Reichardt with a smaller Dylan Boucher on his back. His fall away from the baseline. Those were going in Townsville. He's not able to connect here. Cairns, a dismal 4 of 28. Penny. Little give and go. That's off the mark. Cairns forgot to rebound the ball. Andre Lamanis wants an unsportsmanlike.
Gary Wilkinson playing cheerleader, trying to fire up the fans. And he takes a spell. Alex Pledger coming back in for Gary Wilkinson. He's got 7 points.
Yeah, he's getting them charged up.
Gary Wilkinson lucky to be involved. He would have had a little bit of a nervous time because he got cited in that Game 3 fracas with the Perth Wildcats. Copped a $500 fine for his involvement, so fair punishment, I think.
Fair punishment. And we want to see him play. I mean, if it's a line ball, let him play. If it's super obvious that he shouldn't be involved, then that's another story.
Andre Brown might have had a few issues if he had a...
CJ trying to create some space for himself. Shot clock down to 7. Broswell, little hesitation, loses control of the ball. It'll stay on this end of the floor with just 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Dylan Boucher with a hook shot. He loses control of it. That'll be, well, it would have been a shot clock violation if Cairns didn't come up with the rebound. Cairns try to get something going here on the offensive end. Ubaka steps up and hits the three. He scored, but he hasn't had much help. Ayinde Ubaka has 8 of the 21 for Cairns. Offensive foul will be going the other way.
Alex Pledger with the push-off on Ian Crosswhite. Crosswhite trying to do the right thing as Pledger goes to set the pick, trying to stay up on tight so the defender and the ball carrier can come underneath. And Pledger just pushing off with the right elbow. Gets called for the offensive foul.
Dillon splits the D, loses control of the ball to Abercrombie. He does the same.
Uh-oh.
Abercrombie with the athletic catch, but he can't get the finish. Abercrombie, one bounce dribble going right. Pledger with the offensive rebound and the jam.
They're the plays that Aaron Fern was referring about during his timeouts and quarter-time breaks. Need to go back to the basics. Get a body on your man, screen out, then go get the ball.
Dillon. Grabeau. Skips it to Dusty Reichardt. He cleans up his mess and gets 2.
Every basket by the Cairns Taipans, it's like pulling teeth. They're getting nothing cheap.
It is absolutely ugly. Pledger gets a nice pass from Dylan Boucher.
And they do not have the answer on the defensive end.
Ubaka trying to be creative. Gets it to Grabeau. Ubaka splits the D. His little floater's good. Ayinde Ubaka's got double figures.
Last couple of times Ubaka's been able to do that. Any on-ball screen, the screen is showing, the screen's defender is showing. He's being able to split that gap and find his way to the paint.
A minute to go here till halftime as the Breakers take their time. Shot clock down to 7. Broswell steps back for 3. That's short. And they'll run some more time off the clock. C.J. Bruton gets a screen from Pledger. Kind of lost his rhythm on that. He's not able to get it going. Pledger with a little bit of a push.
It was a soft one. Wasn't a lot in it. And Ian Crosswhite did the right thing, but still, that's what Aaron Fernby wants to see. His guys getting in front, blocking out, then going for the ball. And Aaron Fern calls a timeout to set up his final play of the game, you would think, with 27 seconds remaining. Just a very, very slight push-up on that rebounding contest. But Steve, in these circumstances when nothing is going right for you, sometimes you need to get someone who's got the hot hand and just go through them. So Ayinde Ubaka seems like he's that man, just getting the ball and try and ride on his back.
Well, Andrew, look at some of the shooting percentages. Ubaka's 3 for 7. Dorsey's 1 for 6. 0 for 6 is Alex Loughton. He missed a couple of cheapies early, which would have gotten his confidence going when Cairns had the lead. But boy, Cairns just dried up, weren't able to hit any field goals, and then New Zealand went on that 17-0 run. And that's been the difference.
And if you cast your mind back to Sunday against the Townsville Crocodiles, they just had so many different scoring options. Daniel Dillon had a career-high 21. He's yet to score. He's 0-2. Phil Jones is 0-2. Alex Loughton yet to score. So all is not lost for the Cairns Taipans, because you know that's not going to be the case throughout the entire 40 minutes. And although they're 7 of 32 at 22% and 2 of 10 from the three-point line, there's plenty of upside left in the Cairns Taipans.
No doubt about that. You just wonder where all those points are going to come from. coming back from a 41-25 deficit right before halftime here. About a 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Dorsey, a nice step back. Yes, he gets that one. Goes down. It's butter. And that will be it here at halftime. The North Shore Event Center in Auckland, New Zealand. It's the Breakers, the home team, up 41-27. Will's got C.J. Bruton on the sideline.
That's right, I got a very sweaty CJ with me. CJ, look, you're the #1 scoring team in the league, and you certainly showed that in the first half.
Yeah, obviously, you know, we went where we needed to go, inside in our hearts, to find a place where the aggression comes out, and I think setting the tone there was great for us.
Of course, defensively though, you're rushing the team, Cairns into shots, and look, they're shooting against the shot clock as well, so you must be happy with the defensive end of things to keep them to 25 points.
Yeah, that's a good start. Obviously, you know, throughout the season, you know, you pray at keeping teams to like 20 points, but I think 27 for a half is really good basketball. Obviously, we still need to keep them off the glass and do the little things.
All right, I'll let you go and towel off, mate. I'm sure the coach will be very happy. We'll be back after the break here on 1HC. It's grand final basketball, and it's Auckland and New Zealand. Very happy, my friends.
Welcome back to the North Shore Event Center here in Auckland, New Zealand. Game 1 of the grand final series, best of 3 between the Breakers and the Cairns Taipans. And the first half has gone to the home side, the New Zealand Breakers, who are playing in front of a sold-out crowd here at the North Shore Event Center.
And they have got the joint rocking, and as they should, because the Cairns Taipans are going to have to create history to win this one. In 83 grand final appearances, the biggest ever comeback from a half-time deficit is 12. And now it's out to 16 for the Breakers.
Kirk Penny on a rip through, and that's what happens when you lunge at him at the three-point line. He shows it and then goes with it. And he put it up there nice and soft. A little concerned that he had put a little bit too much on that one as he kissed it off the backboard.
Well, not only do they get the points, but also that brings about Ayinde Ubaka's third personal foul, so he might have to tone it down on his individual assignment.
Will McCloy has the assistant coach for the Cairns Taipans.
There's a bit of a margin, but we can get it back. We've come back from bigger deficits. They've done a good job of taking us out of our stuff. They're playing fairly physical. We've played a little bit impatient, a little bit quick. We just need to lock into what we need to do on D. So the 17-0 run there that really hurt you guys seemed to come about when you lost a little bit of patience. Yeah, look, we lost patience, and you know they can score very quickly. So like they've just shown here. So yeah, we got to get into it and regroup.
Straight into a timeout, mate. I'll let you get back to it.
Thanks.
And Mick Downer needs to not tell Will McCloy that. He needs to tell his team, as that is a very easy possession. This timeout's brought to you by Centibet.com. Don't just watch it. And that's what Aaron Fern should be telling his team. Don't just watch the grand final.
Come on, guys, come on. First possession, we were in green. First possession, we're in green. That's what I said. And from then on, straight up.
Talking about how Cairns turned their season around against the Adelaide 36ers, and then that huge win in Wollongong, and that pretty much put them in the playoff picture. But so far in the playoffs, they had a very good game in Game 1 of the semifinal series and then blew Townsville out of the water in Game 2. And this is the first time they haven't played well in the playoffs.
No, you're right, and they're certainly not playing well here, Steve. And when that happens, sometimes the emotions get the better of you. And as you saw in Aaron Fern's timeout, some confusion about what defenses they're running. So you're not going to get this done individually. It's got to be a collective effort. The New Zealand Breakers are too good and too organised in the half court and the defensive end. Unless you're all on the same page, it's going to be a long night for the Cairns Taipans. A little foul there by CJ Bruton.
Well, stranger things have happened. We've seen teams come back from big deficits earlier in the year when Cairns was undefeated on their home floor at the Cairns Convention Center. New Zealand was down by 20 at halftime and made up that deficit to win in regulation. They didn't even need an overtime. We've seen it all throughout the country where teams just hit a dry patch offensively, but
the Cairns Taipans are renowned for that this season. As good a season they've had, there have been some games where they go on some dry spells and they just can't keep the scoreboard ticking over. And that's clearly been the case tonight, and that's just a good save, but an easy scoring opportunity gone begging for the Breakers.
Kirk Penny, another nice pass to the big man, Gary Wilkinson. Kirk Penny is carving them up.
He is, and they're trailing, trying to keep on his hip and shoulder. And there we see the good block by Crosswhite, but Kirk Penny is a very unselfish player. He draws such great attention from the defense. Just get open, and he's got that good vision. He's going to get you the ball, which he's done tonight.
Hanari trying to guard Ayinde Ubaka. He turns the corner, can't deliver the pass. Turnover for the Cairns Taipans.
9 turnovers now for the game for the Taipans, only 4 to the New Zealand Breakers.
Dorsey outside the three-point line, his 3 balls off. There's turnovers. Cairns with 9. Breakers on 4. Wilkinson goes strong to the hoop. Nice touch for a big fella.
That was great body control. He went in there, faked like he was going up with the 2 hands to dunk it. Drew the defense and just come underneath with a nice little scoop dipsy-do. Beautiful stuff by the big man.
Dillon, good passing by Cairns. Crosswhite hits the medium range jump shot from the baseline.
And you know what? They look better when they do that. I know a lot of their game breaks down to an on-ball pick and roll, but when they move the ball and do their work without the ball, they look a lot better, given the way the Breakers are playing their defense tonight.
Once again, that was started by dribble penetration by Kirk Penny. CJ Bruton hits the dagger to end the play.
8-second violation.
8-second violation. Outstanding defense by Paul Hanari.
Have a look at the field goal, the three-point field goal percentage. The Taipans at 16%. The Breakers are very healthy, 41%. And with 6 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in this third period, the Cairns Taipans are in a very deep hole. And the confidence of the New Zealand Breakers.
Cairns are on the ground face down, and New Zealand have their foot on their neck and trying to snap it. 3-point basket by Kirk Penny, who has been involved in the last 4 plays.
And that's Kirk Penny just wanting it more. Ron Dorsey was guarding him. He ran around in circles, and finally Ron Dorsey just gives up, says surely they can't keep going to him. He had to deal with about 4 picks along the way and just wore him down, and just the desire of Kirk Penny to get to that 3-point line to splash a 3. Gotta love it.
Hey, he's a man after your own heart, isn't he? That's Kirk Penny.
Beautiful ball movement without the ball. The game so much here internationally, right throughout the world, is all about the pick and roll, the on-ball screens, and it just looks so pretty when they do their work away from the ball.
It sure does, and he is probably the best away from the ball since you were playing. Kirk Penny does great work without the ball.
Well, he's a hell of athlete, I'm sure of that. Just so strong.
Ubaka, Dusty Reichard finds Crosswhite. Skip pass. Good pin down screen by Daniel Dillon, but Ron Dorsey just can't buy a three-pointer. 1 for 5 outside three-point land.
Kirk Penny also doing it on the boards. He's up to 5 rebounds, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. So doing whatever it takes. This is the New Zealand Breakers superstar. Daniel Dillon, he checks out of the game along with Ron Dorsey and Alex Loughton. Daniel Dillon yet to score.
Kirk Penny trying to find some space. Pledger. Doesn't matter. He plays through the contact. He gets the soft jump hook to go.
Steve, we're getting into biggest margins in a grand final game. 37.
You remember that one, don't you?
I don't even have to look at the stats. They're not even in front of me because I was part of it. See, 5 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the third.
Pleasure with the steal. Then he finds Kirk Penny. He'll have the easiest 2 points of his career. Kirk Penny with 16 on 6 of 11 shooting. New Zealand have scored the last 10. 29. I got a little ahead of myself. 29-point deficit. Ubaka. He's been good tonight, but he's been the Lone Ranger for Cairns. Him and Crosswhite are in double figures. Mika Vukona with a rare jump shot, and you see why. Ubaka with a hesitation. Ball's knocked loose, and it'll stay by way of the Cairns Taipans. Substitutions out on the floor, or just one. Abercrombie comes in for C.J. Bruton, and we will take a short break. And it's the New Zealand Breakers up 60-33.
Good head fake there, Steve. Thought the timeout was coming, and just we'll stay with it.
Thanks, Drew. That's why we're a team. Thanks for picking that one up for me.
I gotcha. Just the messages coming in. We got some issues here with the technical issues, as you can see, as there's 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. And Crosswhite, nothing going right for the Cairns Taipans. They've been very good from the free throw line. 11 of 13, make that 11 of 14. And you hate to say it, Steve, but they're almost in the mode now where they've got to put this game to rest and think about, well, let's use the remaining time in this game to figure out, try some different things, to have a look what might be an answer in game 2.
Extra pass goes to Kevin Broswell, and he gets into the three-point party. Bangs down another three-pointer, and the lead is 30.
And the Taipans faithful shouldn't necessarily see that this is going to be the way of the series. In that series that we spoke about when the Melbourne Tigers lost by 37, won by 37 in 1997 against the Magic. The very next game, 3 days later, they came out and beat us by 8. So
Kirk Penny with another three-point bomb.
Goodness.
He is in the flow. Kirk Penny with 19, 4 of 6 outside the three-point line. Reichard too quick for pleasure, but he boards it.
8 of 15 overall for the New Zealand Breakers from the three-point line at 53%. That is phenomenal shooting.
Blazing away are the Breakers. Broswell with a nice feed to pleasure. And Kirk Penny goes down. He'll go to the foul line and try and take himself up to 21 points.
There's the recovery by Ian Crosswhite and Aaron Grabeau, another example of not blocking out. Kirk Penny's in that perpetual motion, which makes him a difficult target on the offensive rebounds because he's always moving around. It's hard to get a body on him, and that time made the most of it.
Andrew, if you shoot and you're fouled, does that count as a shot attempt?
No, it doesn't.
I didn't think so. The pressure, Phil Jones dragged that foot, but that's the least of the referee's worries. Trying to let him play a little bit. Abercrombie, baseline, pull-up jump shot. Boucher keeps it alive. Jones, tight rock act down the side. Dusty Reichart kisses one off the window.
Dusty's been a real warrior in this game. One of the shining lights. He's 3 of 7. He's got the 6 points, but he also has 6 rebounds. So he's held up his end of the bargain on the offensive and defensive glass.
CJ coughs it up. Lindsey Tate in the open court. Exploring, trying to find somewhere to go. Jones. Bang, he's hit his last 2 jump shots, and he's had 5 straight. And that's a good substitution as Daniel Dillon can't find the mark tonight. And Phil Jones has given them a little spark in the last couple of minutes. He's picked up 5.
Well, that's right. And Daniel Dillon really hasn't had a lot of opportunities. He's only 0 of 2 from the field. Let's listen to Andre Lamanis.
2 offensive boards, like it's all gone to shit just because we're up. All right, come on, get into the defensive play. Keep making Phil Jones bounces if you switch on. The desperation's going out now. We've still got fucking 12 minutes left. Here we go. Against that 1-2-2, make sure we're organised. So Boucher here, whack. You got CJ and Tommy cutting to the middle as required. Boucher, you can come and set him that ball. Gary, you continue to
he doesn't want any mistakes, any accidents to happen. Although they've still got a very healthy margin, the last few plays they've looked a little lax, not playing with that intensity, and that's upset Andre Lamanis. And he's just not coaching for this game. He's also coaching for game 2 and possibly game 3. And there's Phil Jones. He's very comfortable in this venue, and that's what Andre Lamanis is talking about with Gary Wilkinson. Make him put it to the floor. One of the all-time great stand-up shooters in the competition. Not as good as this man, but one of the all-time greats. You've got to make him put it to the floor. And there's an unusual, unorthodox transition basket with the 7'1" Alex Pledger leading the break.
Yeah, definitely. You want the big fella to finish the break, not to lead it. But he did a great job getting out in the passing lane and dribbled it as far as he could under control.
And he did it perfectly.
Picked it up.
Perfectly, just held on to it. Was going to kick it out, but saw the streaking Kirk Penny. And I like that timeout by Andre Lamanis, not trying to let this game get back to where it's a contest.
Wilkinson, good footwork. Can he get it up there nice and soft? Yes, he does. New Zealand, they're shooting just under 50%, but shooting the ball at an incredible 53% outside the three-point line. Led the league in shooting percentage this year as well as scoring. Jones. He's got a clean look that time.
And he's very familiar with this venue. Let's not forget he played many games here with the New Zealand national team, also with the New Zealand Breakers. So he's very, very comfortable in this venue, and he's showing tonight.
There's another rebound for Dusty Reichart. Cairns trying to get something going, if not for tonight, for Sunday. Grabeau at the high post. Dylan Boucher, just a little bit too much of a shove. He's always kind of testing the waters to see how much he can get away with.
Yeah, he does. He's one of those players. It's an absolute pleasure to play alongside him when he's your teammate, but one of the most annoying players to play against. A guy that knows his limitations, and he's survived because he knows that. He knows what he's capable and not capable of doing, and he doesn't try to do what he's not capable of doing.
And what he can do, he's very good at that. And you come down with a rebound, better play strong with it. He's got hands in. He anticipates where passes are going and gets his hands in the passing lane, loves to set screens, and you must screen him out. He gets a running start at every rebound. That's why you try and tell those young juniors how important all those things are. Abercrombie. C.J. Bruton, shot clock down to 1. He can't get it.
There you go.
Dylan Boucher with the offensive rebound.
That's what he does best. A little mini run by the Cairns Taipans. They'd scored the last 5, got it back to 21.
Boucher on a pass from C.J. Bruton.
Great effort by Dusty Reichart. Not giving up on the play. Wow, that's early, and that's money. Phil Jones is feeling.
That was one of those why not shots. I'm hot and I'm in rhythm.
It was a bad shot. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. CJ tries to answer and comes up with air.
CJ comes up short, but the Cairns Taipans, well, they had an 8-0 run. Still coming up a little bit short going into the 4th, but much better basketball from the visitors. We'll be back in the 4th quarter right after this.
We spoke about the Cairns Taipans coming out after half-time and making history. The history just got a little bit even tougher to get over the line. As we see the off-the-ball screen there, tangle of the bodies, and Phil Jones gets pinged for the foul.
Well, Phil Jones just saved probably 3 points.
It did. He was wide open. Kirk Penny in rhythm from the top of the key.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get the feeling he likes it up top a little bit better than from the corner.
He doesn't discriminate. He'll go from anywhere from 3-point line.
When he's hot, doesn't matter. He can be behind the backboard. Hanari back in, will retire after this series. Mika Vakona, that's good. And it just seems as if after timeouts and after quarter time chats, New Zealand get rejuvenated and refocused. Grabeau. Tate. His little fall-aways off the mark. Nothing but black jerseys in the key for the defensive rebound. CJ. One bounce dribble going left short, but he pulls down his own rebound. He doesn't miss the second time around very often. He does that one, though. You could just feel that one going, couldn't you?
He was in rhythm. Steve, I tell you, one of the things that would be a bonus for the Cairns Taipans if in this last quarter somehow or other they could get Alex Loughton going. He's got the 5 rebounds, but he's 0 of 6 from the field. As we take a look at Lindsay Tate. Gee, Kirk Penny didn't do a lot wrong then.
He sure didn't.
Lindsay Tate selling it well.
Jones loses the handle.
Again, it's that pick and roll. A lot of the areas coming on the pick and roll situation, and all their work being done with the ball and less work done without the ball.
Vakona trying to back it in. Good defense from Loughton and a good no call. Loughton tried to shoot that before he got it. Skip pass to Grabeau. Jones. That was soft.
Just out of control.
Out of control, but soft.
It was. His anxiety level to try and get a shot was a little high. He had 2 guys on him. Would have been better off with the pass. Take a look at the replay. He got 2 guys right at him, so he tries to split it and wasn't able to get that angle and bowls over.
You know how he got that one. I think you're right. The reason he got that one, he was out of control. you never bail a guy out that's out of control, in my opinion.
The other thing is, too, in the heat of the moment, it's always tough. But when you've got two guys running at you, you know someone else is free. So the ball movement, get that rotation of the ball, find the open man. And you should have an easy shot somewhere if you can move the ball.
Yeah, and when you're playing well, those decisions just seem to automatically happen.
As they have for the New Zealand Breakers tonight. Seeing Kirk Penny with his penetration be able to identify the open man. And obviously everything looks a whole lot prettier when they're putting the ball in the hole. And early on, there was some pretty offense by the Taipans, but they just weren't getting the rewards for it.
CJ comes up short. Lindsay Tate throws a horrible one that almost went in the basket. Hanari, good no call again. Dusty Reichart, the only people he had to get out of the way of were the girls that were sweeping the floor.
7 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Dusty with a little bit of vertical left in those legs.
Oh, no, we wouldn't say that was with great authority, would you? But nevertheless, still going down there, tucking it in. Showing there's still a little bit of youth left in those legs. Zone defense now by the Cairns Taipans. And worth a look. Certainly worth a look.
Boy, Kirk Penny was always going to get that one off, wasn't he? Pledger on a great pass from Paul Hanari.
A gorgeous pass. Just threw it up there. It was about 10.5 feet. And all Pledger had to do was put a mitt on it, and it was going to go in. Beautiful pass by Hanari.
Yeah, those great passes just take the excitement out of a lob. Phil Jones is in the flow. My goodness. He's missed one shot of his last 5. I was going to say 6, but that's even better.
Woo. He's 5 of 9 from the field, 4 of 7 from the three-point line. Unfortunately, it's all a little too late.
And we talk about the depth of New Zealand, but Aaron Fern has the luxury of when when Daniel Dillon is going, he can leave him in, and when Phil Jones can get it going, he's a world-class shooter as well. Oh, my goodness. Woo! Speaking of world-class, Kirk Penny drops a bomb.
Foot on the line, Steve. Pinky on the line, only counts for 2.
I don't think it matters. He is putting on a shooting clinic.
Kirk Penny's world-class, Steve. One of the last cut this year for the San Antonio roster, and given the work that San Antonio have done this year, ended up with the 2nd best record in the NBA. We are very lucky to have a player of his capabilities running around in the Ironnet NBL.
Timeout on the floor. This timeout's brought to you by Rebel Sport. Go in store or shop online at rebelsport.com today.
I want to run a side out of bounds here. Pressure release, right? Pressure release. Dusty, I want you to down screen, step out. Ian, you're going to pull through the middle here. Ron, you're going to throw. Phil, I want you to throw it in bounds here. Ron, you're going to go hard to the corner. All right. Chewy, you pull high. Ball's going to go to Ian. Chewy, hard. Get hard through there. And Phil, you're going to come back off with a handoff. All right? You're going to come back with a handoff on that. Okay? They got 9 seconds on the clock.
That's the pass from Paul Hanari to Pledger. And boy, Phil Jones isn't passing anything but in the hoop. We're seeing some shooting performances. It's not a real close contest, but we've seen some guys lighten it up tonight. Kirk Penny with 23. Phil Jones has hit his last 5 shots, take his tally up to 14.
Ironically, Steve, Phil Jones had his career high in this venue is 38, playing for the New Zealand Breakers against the Cairns Taipans.
That's why they wanted to recruit him. Crosswhite loses the handle on the ball. Signs of frustration. Well, not the first thing that we've seen that's been out of frustration. Vaughn Mayberry having a chat with him. He sure doesn't want to give him a technical foul over something like that. Penny cuts through the middle of a couple of defenders, and Nico Vacona doing what he does best.
And that's indicative of the play that's frustrated Aaron Fern so much tonight. He's got two guys around the basket, and just you get the impression that a guy like Mika Vacona just wanted it more.
No doubt about that. Dorsey, good strong drive to the hoop as he gets past Vacona and Kirk Penny. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Penny open again. Not able to get that one to go. Crosswhite skips it to Dorsey. Jones gets a hard closeout from Vacona. Dusty Reichardt's fouled.
And there's no doubt when you look at Aaron Fern's last time out, when you're down 20 and he spends the entire time out drawing up one play, that his mindset is probably more focused on what he has to do on Sunday rather than this particular game, just to have a look at a few sets to see where he might have a better result. Maybe game two.
Maybe he doesn't want to. You know how sometimes when a game is already won, the players, you don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want anybody to expend too much energy. And one's already in the bag. Maybe he feels like that about his coaching as well. You don't want to peak too early. This thing has been all one-way traffic, and that's long. Broswell takes some more time off the clock, because the clock is their friend. And so is Kirk Penny. Pledger. Oh! Oh! Man, that's got to be worth another look. Alex Pledger with a Blake Griffin type dunk.
Oh, you stretched it a bit there, but there was a good one.
He just threw it in. Oh, no, he was up, Steve.
He just forced it in, didn't he?
He sure did. It was like a thrown hook shot. You've either got to get up high or be very tall for that. Abercrombie has his wrist slapped down by Dusty Reichhardt.
And just the excitement now.
Here we go.
Look at this. I like it, Steve.
Yeah.
On the replay, you might have stretched your imagination a little bit to find any relationship with Blake Griffin and that dunk. But I hear where you're coming from, pal.
And it was thrown in. It wasn't dunked.
No, I know what you're saying.
That was there. Okay, that's the only similarity. The only one. Unless he's got a couple of freckles or something. Maybe get a tight shot on him. 3.5 to go here in game one of this grand final between Cairns and New Zealand. Phil Jones he's gone into his career about 5 years ago. He's hot. He's looking for his opportunities. That one's denied.
Steve, I tell you, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Thomas Abercrombie has NBA-type potential. You see the work on the defensive end. He's a long, long way away from it, and he could have wanted that upstairs then. But with his athleticism, and if he continues to develop his perimeter game, I tell you what, there's a lot of worse players running around in the NBA, that's for sure.
Oh, he has definitely got some athleticism. His game has really improved. I mean, his shooting, his nose for the game, and probably his mental toughness as well. It's Crosswhite. Oh, my. Boy, he just gave Thomas Abercrombie.
With the knee.
Oh, man. He cleared some space for himself. I'm not quite sure where that one landed. We'll get a good look. Oh, ooh. Yeah. Oh.
in the, oh yeah, you can see exactly what part of the anatomy needs a little cooling down. Wow. That, fortunately for Thomas Abercrombie, he's okay.
Yeah, not much to say to that one. Cairns in a 2-3 zone. Braswell. His little pull-up jump shot is long. Dylan Boucher pulls it in, gets it to Kirk Penny. Boy, the offensive rebound or the busted play. And Kirk Penny gets to the open area and drills it. Penny takes his tally to 26.
And full credit to the New Zealand Breakers for finding him on those opportunities. He moves well, he spots up, gets the open space, and good pass out to hit him for the open shot. And there you see the dejection on the faces of the Cairns Taipans as Thomas Abercrombie fouls out of the game. The young fella, 9 points and 3 of 8 from the field. Also had the 4 rebounds.
They better get him an ice pack too.
Corey Webster, sorry Steve, he's coming on to see his first action.
He missed 9 games due to a back injury this year. He's the son of New Zealand legend Tony Webster. And he's suited up for the Tall Blacks.
And he's got a younger brother that's playing in the under-18s that has a very bright future as well. So the Webster family doing some good things here for New Zealand basketball.
Somehow Lindsay Tate's able to come up with that one. He finds Ron Dorsey did not get it off in time. Cairns just can't catch a break.
2:03 remaining, 20-point lead now for the New Zealand Breakers.
Well, the community a couple of years ago bailed out the Cairns Taipans, and they have been tremendous in their support for their team. So Corey Webster lining up the 3-ball, another offensive rebound from Dylan Boucher. But expect the Cairns Taipans to have their Sea of Orange, or their Orange Army, in full force on Sunday in Cairns.
New Zealand Breakers have done a fantastic job on the glass, out rebounding the Taipans 37-23.
Braswell has his shot blocked. That should be a live ball.
Foul called on Dylan Boucher on the pass.
Got a mass substitution. Bluxham comes into the game. Also, BJ. Make sure I got all these guys here.
Josh Bluxham it is, Steve.
Okay, and BJ Anthony also comes into the game, and he showed us in the Gold Coast that he's just not making up the numbers. The 3rd heaviest as far as weight in the NBL. BJ Anthony.
Josh Bluxham only played in 5 games this season, one of the developmental players. Had a season high of 5 against Adelaide. And in fact, they're his only career points in the NBL.
Dorsey checks out. Aaron Grabeau comes in for him. Dean Brebner also in for Cairns. Saw him bury a couple of bombs against Townsville.
1 minute and 10 seconds remaining, Steve.
Hal's starting to rock. Bluxham, he's not shy. Rijkaard loses it. Bluxham finds BJ Anthony. And the basketball party continues here. Game 1's going to go to the Breakers. Brebner to Daniel Dillon. He's trying to get to the rim. Oh, it's called a travel. He came down before he let it go.
That was a sign of a man just trying to get a point on the board in the remainder of the game, forcing up a shot. He's 0-3. Really hasn't had a lot of opportunities tonight, Daniel Dillon.
Webster into B.J. Anthony. He's got Aaron Drabeau on him, the human glove. Anthony keeps it alive. This should be the last possession of the game. Dusty Reichard outside the three-point line. That's good. And that's it. Here at the North Shore Event Center in Auckland, New Zealand, it's the Breakers who are super dominant in the regular season, 20-6 record. Had a scare against the Perth Wildcats in the semifinal, but they have looked the good since, and tonight was no exception as they handle the Cairns Taipans in game one. Will McClure is on the sideline with the winning coach.
I do. I've got the winning coach next to me. Andre, the crowd's going absolutely crazy. You've wrapped it up quite easily in the end, so you've got to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, we came out with a good intensity tonight, something we spoke about. Obviously after that Perth series, we let ourselves down in game one, and tonight we weren't going to make that same mistake. We got after the effort areas, and what a fantastic atmosphere. How can you not like basketball?
It is. I can barely hear myself think. In the third quarter, the Taipans got a bit of a run on, and you were quite upset from what I could see. Good that you responded to that as well, heading into game two mentally.
Yeah, we just took our foot off the accelerator, and you can't do that in finals basketball, and as soon as we applied ourselves again, we're okay, but obviously 40 minutes is the key.
You know you can always score points, you're the best scoring team in the league, but defensively you really aimed up tonight and frustrated the Taipans.
Yeah, again, all season I think we have been a good defensive team when we've needed to be in big games and at big moments, and I think sometimes the pace of the game that what we play means the scoreboard ticks along a little faster than other games, but we're okay.
Well, we'll see you on Sunday, mate.
Look forward to it. Thanks, mate.
Won a championship back in 1993 with Brian Gorgon and the Southeast Melbourne Magic. Andrew, you remember that one?
Yes, I do, unfortunately.
Yeah, against the Melbourne Tigers. Andre Lamanis trying to do it as a player and a coach. Only a handful of people have been able to do that. But he is looking to make history himself, and Will McCloy has Ayinde Ubaka on the court.
Pretty disappointing day for you, mate. It's pretty hard to come here, though. The crowd is incredibly loud. A little bit intimidating at the start as well with the lights off, but all around a disappointing performance for you.
Oh, definitely. When we came in here, we played soft. And if we play like that again, they'll kill us. And it'll be worse on our home court. If we play like that, we play soft like we did today, we'll get destroyed on Sunday.
They seemed to hustle you a fair bit off the ball. I mean, you were shooting at the shot clock at 2 and 1 and couldn't really get a lot of space.
They beat us. They just beat us down. I mean, we didn't have any answer for anybody, for anything. Their hustle, how they played hard, we didn't have an answer. We played soft.
Where do you think the areas are that you need to improve going into game two, and you must be happy to be home?
I think toughness, and we didn't really attack. We just passed the ball around, and we didn't really attack them. They got what they wanted, and we didn't get anything. They took everything away from us. And if we play soft like we did again, we'll get destroyed on our home floor.
All right, fair enough. Thanks, mate. Thanks very much. We'll go to a break now. It's New Zealand 1 up. You heard it from Ayinde Ubaka. We're going to Cairns on Sunday.
I got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. When I hit the floor.